Good evening. DalaDFitness with day 21 of Let's Get Personal. Oh my God, I can't believe how fast this. Listen, what month we in? October? Okay. All right. So I can't believe how fast October is leaving us. So we are at the end. We are at the aftermath. And I cannot, it's a chapter that's closed, but retelling it is actually giving me so much gratitude. And I'm just so grateful for my life. I look at my husband now and I'm like, oh, Lord, I thank you for this man. I look at my daughter and I'm like, thank you, Lord, for my daughter. Thank you for my life and everything. I go to work. I'm just like, Lord, thank you for where I'm at. I have so much gratitude and just thinking of where my life could be and then realizing where it is. I say, Lord, I thank you. So the aftermath. Where did we end up yesterday? So I was talking about him following me at school. So here's the story. Listen here. So after he followed me home, I did file a restraining order and we couldn't serve him. So they couldn't find him to serve him. And I was like, well, I don't know where he at. I'm not tracking him. So they're like, well, we can't serve him until we can find him to serve him. So I said, okay, whatever. So fast forward, I'm at school. I'm at a different campus. So I was taking classes at a downtown campus. And then I'm at the south campus now, taking another class. And guess who I'm walking, leaving the school. And guess who's walking towards me? Him. So I did a quick U-turn. And then he's following me, talking. I don't know what he was saying because I was so terrified. I called the non-emergency helpline and my ex-husband is following me. I have a restraining order and he needs to be served. So I called the police. They're like, and I keep walking. I did not stop. I keep walking. And then I think we did a turn and went back to the parking lot. So I just went up. I did a U-turn and went another way to get back to the parking lot. So then the police come. I tell them where I told the non-emergency where I was, and the police show up. And I said, well, he was following me. I saw him. And the police was like, well, they took all his information. What's his name? What's his license? What's his social? What's his number? I gave them all of that because your girl is good with numbers, with number memorization. I will remember those important information. So as I'm giving the police this information, guess who drive by? Him. I said, well, there he goes right there. So the police hop in the car and they take off and they go after him and they pull him over and they serve him. Yes, finally. Oh my God. So he's served. We have a court date. We go to court and the judge at the court was talking about, oh, you had his restraining order before. And I was like, yeah, blah, blah. I pulled that restraining order because he apologized. But then here's what he's done that has caused me to file a restraining order again. And mind you, he filed a restraining order against me. And the judge was like, well, if we're both saying different things. Because he's talking as, there's a truth and there's a lie. And the one who's talking the most is usually the liar. I don't have no reason to talk about it because I'm over it. I don't even care. You can say what you want to say. I don't care. I'm telling my truth and that's it. I don't need to do anything. I don't need to lie. So he's just talking, and the judge was like, well, if I grant your restraining order, I have to grant his too. I said, that is fine. That is fine by me. I want nothing to do with him. So yeah. So I have a restraining order against him. He has a restraining order against me. Thank you so much. I have no problem keeping away from him, okay? It's the other way around. He can't keep away from me, and that's why we are here. So that actually worked. And, I'm grateful for that because after that restraining order was filed and I received a stamp of approval, nothing. No phone calls, no texts. I didn't see him or run into him again. After that, it was like, oh, okay. In my case, it worked, which I'm so grateful for. I know restraining orders doesn't guarantee protection, Sadly, it's a paper. And some people don't care. They are going to come and get you regardless. And if they're meant to kill you, they will kill you. No restraining order is going to, sadly, that's sad. That's just the way it is. But it is a form of protection, and it did work for me. Like, if you have a restraining order against someone and they do violate the restraining order, there's repercussions for that. So if the abuser would just honor the restraining order, then it's a really, really good tool. And in my case, it was a really good tool, and I'm really, really grateful for that. So I think I have no more to say about him, honestly. And I truly, truly hope that sharing my story just inspired someone to exit or plan their exit strategy if they're in an abusive relationship, or that it helps someone not get in a domestically abusive, well, why do I say domestically abusive relationship? Get into a domestic violence type relationship, because it's not healthy. As I've stated many, many times, it's not a healthy relationship at all. That's all I got on that. Now, fast forward to 2010. I met and started dating my husband now, okay? And we are still married, going on 10 years later. He's been very supportive with me retelling my domestic violence experience, and he's just amazing. And it just goes to show that your abuser, okay, let me backtrack. So my ex would always say, oh, no one's gonna love you, and no one's gonna love you like I do, or you're not worthy to be loved. Like, just the belittling and the demeaning and making you feel like you're less worthy than. But thank God, and thank my dad and my mom, like my upbringing and my background. I give it so much credit for the person that I am, because my dad just poured so much love into me as his daughter. My mom poured so much love into me. All I knew was love. All I led with was love. My heart was filled with so much love. And to meet such a negative force, it almost tore me apart. But it didn't. It didn't break me down. And I'm still standing. And I'm grateful for that. And I have a man who truly loves me. And he loves me how I am supposed to be loved. Okay, so I am grateful. I do not look at my past. It is a part of my story, the chapter in the book of my life. But I don't look in that rearview mirror. I don't. So I pulled from some of my memories that I have of that relationship to share, to inspire, just to beg and plead, please don't get in these type of relationships. Please don't do it. My outcome is my outcome. It's not the same for all. Many victims have lost their lives at the hands of their abusers. And it is possible. My ex has told me many times that he will kill me. He said he had a gun to my head. He could have killed me a long time ago. Why would I think that's a joke? It's not a joke. These abusers are serious. The control they want over your life, the possessiveness, is just debilitating. It's crippling. It's choking. I can't. So we have reached the end of that chapter, and we are moving on. We are moving forward. We are living a life of gratitude, a life of just giving praise for the life that we have. And I thank God for my husband now. I thank God for him, for his patience, for his just enduring love, right? He's awesome. And I can't wait to talk about him now. There's a chapter after that chapter. If you've been in a domestically I'm going to stick with that word. If you've been in a domestically abusive relationship, it's not the end all be all. It doesn't make you less of a person. It doesn't make you unworthy of love. In fact, you really are. And I think you are ready for that season. Just take your time, heal. I had my healing story. So I think tomorrow I'm going to share my healing story. What I did to build myself back up and to just find me. Because I had an essence. There's always an essence of you. I had like that essence. Like, okay, I know what I'm about. Like, I know what Magdala is, you know. But I had to find her. I had to reclaim her. Okay? So we'll talk about that journey tomorrow. Till then, have a good night and be blessed.